Good evening, Yarnies, dirty hookers, and fiber fiends. How is everyone doing this evening? Let me catch up with chat. Hey there, what a yarnaholic and Blue Raven. Oh, I'm hearing myself. Thank you for giving what a yarnaholic a shout out there. Hey Dragon, how is everyone doing? I'm doing all right. Didn't stream last night. It's things have been going on here, and everything's fine. It's just been hectic. I'm sounding low. Okay, thank you. Is that better? Let me know if I need to increase it. That's better. Hey there, Sue. Yeah, things have been hectic here. Music is loud. Okay, let me see if I can decrease the music. How is the music now? If not, I can change another setting. It's better? Okay. Thank you everybody for that feedback. That helps a lot, because I can't tell on my end, obviously. Things are a little hectic here. Crafty, you can always talk in Discord if you need to chat. Oh, no. Everything's. I appreciate that. I definitely appreciate that, Blue Raven. Everything's fine. It's just some stressful things. Nothing horrible or anything like that. And yesterday, between things going on and it was very gray and blah. Typical late November, early December here on the East Coast. It was just like, ugh. I didn't feel like streaming. I just wasn't up to it. And all I was going to be doing was working temperature blanket, which I know I've put that off. It'll be there. I have all the temperatures recorded for this past year, so it's not like it's has to be done by a certain time. So we'll get there. We will get there eventually. Some things I wanted to announce before we get into what we're doing tonight. I don't know if you notice below me, wherever it is, your shirt reflects the light so harshly it looks like you have a sun kit. Yeah, it's also I've been breaking out with stress, so I'm a little flushed, but yeah, it does reflect. I don't know if you've noticed down below here, I do have a fundraiser for Project Linus. So if anybody wants to donate, my goal is $100 as of now. I can always increase the goal. So it's a good charity. It is what I make the blankets usually on Saturday for. So if anybody's interested, you can donate as low, I think as less as like $1 if you're in the U.S. I don't know how that works for anybody else outside of the U.S. I don't know what the lowest amount is, but it's not a lot. What else was I going to say? Oh, the poll. Exclamation point poll for the Angels for Granny Karen and or I, because she might be on hiatus. We have to play it by ear with her. Vote on which angel you would like to see made. That poll will be open until this coming Thursday, on stream. Probably the end of stream. I will see what the winning choices. I think right now it's still number one. I think that's the winning by a landslide almost. Okay, but I'm cute as always. Yeah, whatever. You need glasses, Sue. Hey there, get off my yarn. Alrighty. With that being said, I think we're going to get right into it tonight. We're going to do some teaching tonight. We haven't done teaching here on the stream in a while. I think the last teaching, anything I taught, was the big turkey trivet pot pad thing with the with all the different colored feathers, which I have it here. Here, it's right here. That that was the last thing we taught. Everything else, I've just been working on something and stitching along. Take your love. All right, thank you. I appreciate it. Hey there, Fairy Dust. Never seen such a dirty group of hookers. Yeah, you have. Yeah, you have. So welcome in, everybody. We're going to be making the pine tree stitch tonight. It is now December, and we're going to be doing holiday theme, not necessarily Christmas, because not everybody celebrates Christmas. So what I have mostly planned for December are seasonal or holiday motifs. So this week is all pine tree. Doesn't have to be Christmas tree, it could just be pine tree. So tonight is this pine tree stitch, and the trees are actually here. This is a pattern from the YouTube channel, the Yarnist. A little sneak peek for the rest of this week. Tomorrow, we're going to be making this pine tree little hanger ornament. Quick, works up quick. Great use for scraps if you want to make a bunch of these as gifts or little donations. You don't have to do the hanger. You can make a bunch of them and string them together as a garland. You can use it as, well, it could work as an applique. It's a little thick for an applique. But that is for tomorrow. And then on Wednesday, oh yes, this month you're getting a stream Monday through Thursday. Well, you're also getting the weekends. On Wednesday, we're doing a pine tree, not a pine tree, a pine cone ornament. It almost looks like a grenade. I think I'm going to do a little variation on it to make the little scales a little longer. My original one that I did it in white, just so I can get an idea of how it's done. You can't see it because of the glare. But we're going to do a little pine cone ornament. This is an amigurumi. So yes, more amigurumis coming to the stream. And then what's for Thursday, I haven't even got the sample done yet. It will be another pine tree themed. So tonight, this is the pine tree stitch. This can be used for blankets, scarves. You can make it as wide as you want. We're just going to do a little sample. And yes, pine trees aren't normally blue. Why is that such... I gotta zoom in. The pine cone couldn't exist without the pine tree, or the pine tree couldn't exist without the pine cone. This is like the chicken and the egg. What came first? No, they're not normally blue, but so we all can see what we're doing here tonight. I'm going to do it in this blue yarn. This type of pine tree reminds me of the joys of Finnish language. Which one? This here? This one? Or the pine cone? Yeah, I would assume that, in Finland you have a lot of evergreens, because it is a northern country. Alright, if anybody is crocheting, is it called triangle pointy tree? Wait, what? What? Oh, is that what it's translated into Finnish? Triangle pointy tree? Maybe. I don't know. Sue will know what I'm talking about when I share this image in your Discord. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Can only imagine. Okay, wait. Wait a minute. Wait. Is that actually what they all translate to? We're going to switch over real quick. This is what Sue has posted in the Discord. And I don't know how large I can get this. If you're going to be... Oh, you might not be able to see it because of... Oh, actually, yeah, here. Hey there, Crafty. Hey there... Hey there, Crafting Sam. How are you doing? Don't give Sue your credits. So apparently, and I don't know how to pronounce this in Finnish, but if this is correct, all of these translate to the exact same thing. The spruce is on fire, the spruce returns, the number 6 is on fire, the number 6 returns, 6 of them are on fire, 6 of them return, your moon is on fire, your moon returns in 6 pieces. Okay. Is that really what that's said? Is that really how that's translated? It's gonna be one of those nights. All right. Mistakenly read that as your mom is on fire. Heyo. Okay, let me move this. Oh, come on, move the thing over. Hey there, Black Rose. How are you? Welcome in, and welcome in everybody. We're getting ready to learn how to do this really cool stitch. It doesn't have to be just for this time of year. You could use this year-round. I mean, evergreens, they're green year-round. It would also be your mom returns. Oh, Lord. All right. This is a, how many rows? This is a 8-row repeat, but we have to also do a foundation row. Technically, there's 9 rows, but the repeat is 8 rows. If anybody is crocheting along, let me know, and I will go slow enough. I'm just using some worsted weight yarn, and my case is a 5.5 millimeter hook. You can obviously use whatever yarn, whatever hook, whatever gauge that you want. There's no specific gauge. We're going to do a chain of multiple of 10 plus 4. So multiple of 10 until you get the width that you want, and then once you get to that point, you add 4 more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 28, 29, 30. So there's my multiple of 10. So crochet with a 10 millimeter hook. If you want to crochet with a 10 millimeter hook, I'm not going to stop you. I mean, you could use whatever hook you want. There are no rules. There's guidelines, but there are no strict rules for what size hook to use with with whatever yarn. You use the hook to get the gauge you want. And also, if you're using a big chunky yarn, then yeah, you have an itch. So they make creams for that. Feel like causing chaos. Oh, Lord. So there's my multiple of 10. And then I'm going to add 4 more. Read that again, will you? Oh, crochet thread. Okay. Thank you. Crochet thread with the 10 millimeter. You could do that. You can do that. Is the pattern on YouTube or is it in your just? It's on YouTube. Actually, you know what? Thank you for reminding me of that Blue Raven. I am going to go and post that in the Discord right now while I'm not forgetting about it. There is one. I got to switch the screen. There's one issue with the video. He makes a slight mistake. Oh, so thank you. Oh, wow. Thank you very, very much, Sue. That means a lot. Wow, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. That is so sweet of you. Yes, nice number. Chaos for a good cause. Yes. And if you're not familiar with Project Linus, ! Charity will get you the link. It is a nonprofit here in the U.S. and Canada that accepts handmade blankets of all types, crochet, knitted, quilted, etc. And they give them to children from 0 to 18 that are in need, either severely ill, hospitalized, traumatized, homeless, etc. So thank you again. Thank you very, very much, Sue, for that donation. Like I was saying about this, the YouTube link for this, it is the Pine Tree Stitch. If anybody wants it at any time, ! Pine Tree Stitch. I think that's what I put it as. Yes, Pine Tree Stitch. As I was watching it, there are no written instructions on the video. As I was watching it, he did make a mistake here and there. So the count was off a little bit, and it confused me. I ended up correcting it for my tutorial tonight. So just keep in mind, and I'm not exactly remember exactly where the mistake was, as I've already corrected, and I've made the sample well in advance. But there's a slight mistake. It's just he counted off a little bit. Alrighty. So I have a foundation row. It's a multiple, not a foundation row. My chain is a multiple of 10 plus 4. So I have 34 stitches for my chain. What we're going to do is we're going to put a double crochet into the 4th chain from the hook. So I'm yarning over. And the 4th chain, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to put a double crochet into that chain. I'm going to chain 4, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to, and if I'm going too fast, let me know. I have a tendency to go fast. My background gives me enough reason to want to give to children in need, a warm feeling of being loved. Wish I could make blankets for Project Linus, but this works as well. Exactly. Yeah, I know you're not in the U.S. and Canada, so. But maybe there are other charities like that where you live, Sue. They might have similar, maybe local type places, shelters, churches, that type of thing. You're listening, so you're doing chores? That's fine. Black Rose says, what do I like to crochet? Yes. I like to crochet it all. And oh, you're new here. Mostly crochet on the channel. I'm teaching. A big proponent of educating and teaching crochet of any type. If anybody has any questions about crochet in general, let me know. I can stop what I'm doing and pick up a hook and teach you, or try to teach you if I can. I like making blankets. I like doing scarves. Big fan of squares. We do a lot of granny squares or other types. They're not granny squares. I'm sorry if Llama's listening, because she says that a granny square is a traditional granny square, that pattern. Anything else is just a square. So I've made spiderweb square, a bat square, a little witch square. I have even made, and you can't really see it because I've zoomed in, this is a Frankenstein candy pouch. We do all of that type of stuff. We even do vintage patterns, crocheted cotton, real thin stuff on the stream. Now, Granny Karen Cakes, Moreno, she's my host on Thursdays. She did this. This is some filet crochet. We've also gotten into amigurumi. So, yes. If it's crochet, I'm going to try it. Some of my yarn came for your hat scarf combo. Wish the yarn description had mentioned that it was roving. Oh, yeah. Yeah. They should have mentioned that. Yeah. I mean, I personally love roving yarn. And I thank you for the follow. I know, Fairy Dust, that you are not a big fan of the roving yarn. Alright, let's zoom in a little bit more. And again, if I'm going too fast, let me know. So let's start over from the very beginning. So I have my multiple. What is roving? Roving is I actually have an example of it close at hand. Roving in itself is basically fiber that has not been spun. Okay, and it's in a long strip. Okay, that's what roving is in itself. But a roving style yarn, this is a roving style yarn where it's not super twisted. It's barely twisted, and it retains the softness of, or the fluffiness, the loft, I guess you would say, of the roving. So and this could be a pain in the ass. Yes, single ply. Yes, single ply, but not heavily twisted. You can get some single ply that is super tight, but this is a very, very loose, barely held together. And frogging this is a bitch. Back in the spring, I don't know if you were following me, I made a bunch of shawls out of roving yarn, and I love it. I love the work with it. I don't like frogging it, but I'm a big fan of it. But not everybody likes that. Again, I don't like really big understatement that it's a bitch. Yes, it is, because those fibers kind of almost felt. They don't actually felt, but it's almost like a felting, the way it looks, and it kind of adheres to itself. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of the really big jumbo yarn. Anything over a weight of 6, like a super chunky or super bulky, whatever they call it, or jumbo. I'm not even a fan of just a regular bulky. I'll use it, but it's not my go-to. I prefer worsted weight and thinner. Hey Mickey, how are you? All right, we're gonna learn how to do this stitch at some point tonight. So I've got my multiple of 10 plus 4. That is how you start out. And then you're going to do a double crochet in the 4th chain from the hook. So I've yarned over, and I'm going to find the 4th one. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'll do a double crochet in that stitch. You're doing good. Going to get some Mexican food. Ooh, I love Mexican food. So I did a double crochet in the 4th chain from the hook. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. Here it is. Thank you for that. Well, I'm just finished the knee-high socks. I got another Forever project, a beanie made with 45% alpaca, 30% polyamide, and 20% wool. It's that alpaca. That alpaca is super, super, super soft. I got a big cake of it. I look at it all the time and I pet it. I don't know what I'm going to make with it. Yeah. The alpaca. If you've never worked with alpaca or an alpaca blend yarn, yeah. At least even go to the if you have a yarn shop, touch and feel it. Hey there, Sophie. We're boring as balls to knit. 160 rounds of just one, the same stitch. Ooh, yeah, that is boring. Raven says, a craft shop near you, about 10-minute walk, has super cozy blanket yarns I'm really tempted to get, but it's 5 times more I usually pay for your yarn. Yeah, sometimes it can be that. Also, a blanket yarn usually is thicker, so you have to buy more. Well, you'd have to figure out how much you need for the project you need. Yeah. You love that? Yeah, I love. Still, my nose is one of my favorites. Hey there, Linda. You're spinning alpaca. Ooh, I'm jealous. I got to get better at spinning. Thank you for the bits. Eventually, make yourself mittens. It's getting to the temps where yes, alpaca and wool would make great mittens. the warmth, and then also the softness of it. All right, so we have double crocheted in the 4th chain from the hook. We've made 1 stitch, and now we're going to chain 4, 2, 3, 4, and we are going to skip 4. So skip the next 4 chains, 1, 2, 3, 4, and in the 5th chain we're going to do a single crochet. Okay, this is the foundation row. And now we're going to chain 4 again, 2, 3, 4. We're going to skip 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and in the 5th one we're going to do 3 double crochets. Sometimes doing a double crochet or any other stitch into a chain can be a pain. I'm not a fan. We all know that I don't like stitching into a chain. So to recap, we have our foundation, 4th chain from the hook, we do a double. We chain 4, skip 4, and in the 5th chain we do a single. Chain 4, skip 4, and in the 5th chain we do 3 double crochets. And now we're going to repeat that until we get to the end. So we're going to chain 4, 2, 3, 4, skip 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and in the 5th one do a single. Chain 4, 2, 3, 4, skip 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and in the 5th one do 3 doubles. So 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to chain 4, skip 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and in the 5th one do a single. And now when you get to the end, we're still going to chain 4. And at the end, we're going to skip 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and in the very last chain, if your count was correct, you're only going to do 2 doubles. So there's 1, and there's 2. I'll show you what it's going to look like here real quick. So we did our foundation. 4th from the hook, do a double crochet. That means there's 2 doubles here. The double that you do and the turning chain, those chains you skip, counts as a double. Chain 4, skip 4, in the 5th do a single. Chain 4, skip 4, in the 5th do 3 doubles. And you repeat that pattern. So chain 4, skip 4, do a single. Chain 4, skip 4, do 3 doubles. And when you get to the end here, thank you for the lurk, Lady Cricket Bug. And then here at the end, instead of doing 3 doubles at the end, you're only going to do 2. So at the beginning and the end of your rows, there'll only be 2 doubles. That makes me want to see a couple of scenes from Fried Green Tomatoes. Oh, yes. You can't even look at my own vagina. How many of them hormones you taking, honey? Face it, girls, I'm older and I got more insurance. Yes, and Tawanda. That's another great movie. We're going to have to get clips from that movie, too. Thank you for reminding me, Fairy Dust. Curious, half of your snacks that disappeared was while you were working. I didn't touch it. It was not me. I was here the whole time. All right, so. What did you do here? Who, me? What did I do? Where we have the single crochets, there's a single here, there's a single here, and a single there. That will be the base of your tree. Oh, you missed it because of the kids? Okay, to recap, and all I did was my chain and the foundation row. Let me see if I can get this. That's as far as I can zoom out. Okay. So your chain is a multiple of 10 plus 4. In my case, I have 34. So you do your chain. You do a double crochet in the 4th chain from the hook. So it's essentially 2 doubles. The double you actually make and the turning chain counts as a double. So you have your 2 doubles. You're going to chain 4, skip 4, and in the 5th chain, you do a single crochet. Chain 4, skip 4, in the 5th chain, do 3 doubles. Chain 4, skip 4, in the 5th chain, do a single. Chain 4, skip 4, in the 5th chain, do 3 doubles. Chain 4, skip 4, the 5th chain, do a single. You keep going, and you keep that pattern for however wide you're going to make this. And then at the very end, you're still going to chain 4, skip 4, and in your 5th chain, which should be your very last chain, you're going to put 2 double crochets. That is the foundation row. They don't call that row 1, they call it foundation row. And like I said, wherever you put your single crochets, not your chain, your single crochets, those will be the base of your tree. I don't know how well you can see this. Yes, your starting chain is a multiple of 10 plus an additional 4. So I did 30, that's my multiple of 10, and I added 4 chains on the end. So it's a real easy way to count. 10's an easy multiple to figure out. Secret Santa gifted you some Lion Brand yarn. Ooh. Very, very nice. I like Lion Brand yarn. It's been a while since I've used another yarn. So they're calling this foundation row. So now row 1, we're going to chain 2 and turn. I chain and then turn. If you turn, then chain, whatever works for you. That's just the way I do it. It's neither right nor wrong. So let's row number 1, the official row. That chain 2 is going to count as a double crochet. We're going to skip our first double, so where we have that right there, we're going to skip this. Oh, okay, you're going to share a picture here. Oh, Pound of Love, nice. That I like Pound of Love. Oh, and you have Lion Brand mandala. This is what Crafting Sam's Secret Santa gifted her. I love the grays and the blues. That mandala. I've never used Lion Brand mandala before. This is giving me denim vibes. It's probably the name of the color. I don't know. Very, very, very nice. Very pretty. And I even like this, like the steely gray color. Pound of Love is great. Pound of Love is a basic worsted weight acrylic yarn. It's a great, great yarn. My opinion, I like it better than Red Heart Super Saver. Red Heart Super Saver is not my favorite. I'll use it. There's nothing wrong with it, but it's... For roving, this yarn actually has decent stitch definition. It's Lion Brand Ferris Wheel. I've seen that in the stores, yes. It's called Harmony. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to have to check that out. I've seen them in the stores. Waterfall Cascade. Yeah, I've used basic Lion Brand, and homespun. That's a love-hate yarn. Either you love it or you hate it. Homespun is a Lion Brand. It's not the easiest to work with at times. The Pound of Love is called the Waterfall Cascade. Very pretty colors. Alright, so my chain 2 counts as a double crochet. I'm going to skip this first stitch right below that chain 2. And in the following one, we're going to put in 2 doubles. So we're going to do an increase right there. So that, where's my pointer? When we did this actual double crochet here, we did actually 2 of them. So when we flip the one to your left, I'm right-handed, so keep that in mind. You're going to put 2 doubles into that far left stitch. So the turning chain counts as 1, and then 2 into the next stitch. We're now going to chain 3, and we're going to single crochet into your single crochet from the row below. So you're having chains go over chains. So chain 3, I gotta find the stitch. I'm gonna single crochet into the single crochet, and I'm gonna chain 3 again. So let me show that, what I've done so far. So I chained up 2 was my turning chain. In the next stitch, not the same stitch where the turning chain comes from, the next one gets 2 doubles, chain 3, single into the single, and chain 3. So now we come to our 3 double crochets that we have here. In the first one, we're going to put 2 doubles in the very first one of those. In the next one, gets 1 double, and then the third stitch gets 2 doubles. So we're forming a upside down triangle. So the row below, in this grouping, we've got 3 stitches, and in the same grouping on this row, we have 5. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this with my lighting. I need to get better lighting. So the first stitch gets 2 doubles, the middle one gets 1, and the last stitch gets 2 doubles. Hey there, KB Fibers, how are you? And now we're going to chain 3. Oops. As I'm snagging my yarn. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to single into the single. And I'm going to chain 3. And then the same thing here. When we get to our group of 3 stitches, the first stitch gets 2 doubles. The next stitch gets 1 double. And the following stitch gets 2 doubles. So you're, like I said, you're making a triangle, an inverted, a triangle that's pointing downward, I guess you would call it. And that is this area of the stitch of the pattern. And the chain 3 and the single chain 3, that is in here. I know it's not really showing up so well with this dark background, and if I use that, it might actually, that might work actually. You might be able to see that. So the chain, anytime we do the chain, that is forming, that's the tree part. So I'm going to chain 3, single into the single, and chain 3. 1, 2, 3. It doesn't help that my hands are in the way. When we get to the end here, we've got 2 stitches, and we're going to do the same thing that we did at the very beginning. The first stitch gets 2 doubles. 1 and 2. And then our turning chain is counting as a double crochet. Top of that turning chain gets a double. Of the Lion Brand yarn you've used, Heartland is your favorite. I don't know if I've ever used Heartland. It's a lot better. The white light in the camera picks up the green better. Okay. I know I've used white background before, and it's kind of washed things out. So I just gotta play around with it. So that was round, believe it or not, that was round number 1 that we just did. The way they number these is weird. So to recap for this, we've chained 2. The very next stitch gets 2 doubles. We're going to chain 3, single into the single crochet, chain 3, and then we come to these 3 doubles, these 3 stitches here. The first stitch gets 2 doubles, the middle stitch gets 1 double, and this last stitch gets 2 doubles, and that's the pattern you're going to repeat chain 3, single into the single from the row below, chain 3, and then into the doubles. The first double gets 2 doubles, the middle double gets 1 double, and the third double, or the last double, gets 2 doubles. Repeat that all the way to the end, and when you get to the very end, you're obviously going to do the chain 3, and into the double crochets that are here from the previous row. The first one gets 2, and the turning chain, which acts as a double crochet, gets a double. So on the edges, you're just making like half triangles. You can kind of see here there's like a half triangle. It's not, well, it's still a triangle. Because you take a triangle and cut it in half that way, it's still a triangle. It's just, it's not the same type of triangle. Okay, let's see what they have for round, what they're calling round number 2. I'm going to chain 2. That counts as a double crochet and turn. Again, if you turn first, that's fine. We're going to skip the double crochet where that comes out of. So we're going to skip where that turning chain is coming from. The next stitch gets a double crochet. And then our next double will get 2 doubles. Again, if I'm going too fast for anybody, let me know. If anybody is crocheting along or is trying to understand how this works. We're going to chain 2. So we did our little half triangle here. We chain 2, but now we're going to double crochet into our single. There's a single here. We're going to do a double this time. Chain 2. So we did our triangle. Chain 2, double into the single, chain 2. And we've got this triangle. We need to make the triangle wider. Let me double check to make certain where I'm at in this pattern. One double in the next. Give me 1 second. Okay, yeah. You have the video saved? Okay. Like I said, there is a mistake, and I think it's in this step. Because I have it written down. I think there are written patterns with it. Yeah, if I remember correctly. Double and the double. Chain 2, 1 double in the single. Chain 2. 2 double. Okay, yes. The very next stitch gets 2 doubles. 1 and 2. Exclamation point pine tree stitch will get you the link. It's also in my Discord in the patterns channel. It's called the Pine Tree Stitch by the Yarnist on YouTube. Again, when he's doing it, I noticed there's a mistake because his counts are off, and if you follow what he says, you're gonna not really have a tree. You're gonna have a weird, yeah. So just keep that in mind if you want to do this stitch. All right, so we did 2 in that, and then in the next 3 stitches are each going to get a double crochet. So 1, and in the next do 1, and in the next do 1, and this last double that's here will get 2. And that is the repeat for this row. Chain 2, we're going to double into our single crochet, chain 2, and then we're just going to make this triangle here wider, and you do the increases on the end stitches of that grouping of doubles. So this first double gets 2, the next 3 each get 1. There's 1. There's 1, and there's 1, and this last of the grouping gets 2. And you keep going, so now I'm going to do chain 2, double into my single, which is in the middle. Anytime you do those singles and doubles, you're basically forming the trunk of your trees. I'm going to chain 2. The chains are like the branches. And here we have 3 stitches at the end. Again, I don't know how well you can see this. The first stitch will get 2. And then the next stitch will get 1. And these are doubles. And then you're going to put a double on the top of that turning chain, because the turning chain counts as a stitch. So to recap, chain 2 counts as a double. The next stitch gets 1. The next stitch gets 2. And these are all double crochets. That forms your little triangle. Hey there, Upcycly. Thank you for the lurk. Then we're going to chain 2, double into the single, chain 2. And in this grouping, this inverted triangle, the first stitch gets 2 doubles. The next 3 stitches each get 1 double. And the last stitch in that group gets 2 doubles. Chain 2, double crochet into the single, and chain 2. And do the same pattern for your inverted triangle. So the first stitch gets 2 doubles. The next 3 stitches each gets 1 double. And the last stitch in that triangle group gets 2 doubles. Again, chain 2, double into the single, and chain 2. Thank you, Blue Raven, for that shout out for Upcycling. And that was the clip when she became part of the Moco Loco team. So, yes, if you're not following Upcycling, definitely follow her. Lots of recycling, like the upcycle part of her name. She's currently working on a blanket it's a gift for her stepdaughter. It is using her mother-in-law's yarn. So check that out. And let me read the little write-up. I haven't been reading that. Well, you're still trying to get with Moco? Yes, keep trying. I know they're kind of busy right now because Devin just had the baby, had Raylan, actually almost a week. Baby's almost a week old. Yes, Deb just had her baby. I was lurking in their stream early this morning. Wasn't able to interact with them, but I was doing other things. I glanced over, and there was a portion of the stream she was holding Raylan. It was adorable. So what is Frosty Tool saying about Upcycling? Greeting. Oh, this is the monarch, the royal monarch interpretation of I guess you call this a little bio or whatever. I don't know what they call this. Greetings, noble seeker. I present to thee the tale of Upcycly, a craftsperson of high repute. In the dawn's embrace, they transmute common paper and plastic into treasures most cozy. The realm is one of crochet and upcycling, where squares for blankets are woven with care. Alas, no recent scrolls exist to regale their latest endeavors, yet do grace their court. They welcome all to the craft and converse. You missed it? Yeah. Well, again, I think they're back to their norm. The Mocos are back to their streaming schedule. They stream Monday through Friday, East Coast time, about noon to about 6, usually. So, yeah, if you're not a fan, if you're not following the Mocos, definitely follow them. Can I get a shout out for Moco Made? If any mod is available. They are a brother-sister team. I think everybody I think in chat right now are familiar with the Mocos. But if anybody's not familiar with the Mocos, they're a brother-sister team. Derek does leatherwork. Devin paints. They have a stream team that I am a part of. They support other streamers and other artists. Actually, creators, I should say. Check them out. There's chaos over there. Lots of chaos. Speaking of chaos, what is with this? Oh, oh. Yes, that is baby Raylan. She's just about a week old. I didn't. They must have clipped. Somebody must have clipped that today, because I think it was their first stream back since the baby was born. And I know Devin has been posting pictures in their Discord, and like I think the day that she was born, or the next day, she was posting pictures, and beautiful, beautiful baby. And I know they say all babies are beautiful, which yes, but between me and the 18 or however many people are watching, let's face it, I'm not being mean, but not all babies are that cute and beautiful. Yes, everybody's beautiful in their own way. I don't mean to put down. I'm never going to put down a baby, but gorgeous, gorgeous, beautiful baby. But again, they are the stream leaders for the team that I am on. I'm recently a Moco. I think I've only been a Moco for about 2 weeks or so. They've got over 140, I think about 140 some members. Upcycly's a new member. Actually, the newest member is Baby Raylan, of course, obviously. I mean, she's the queen of the Mocos now. So yeah, definitely check them out. Lots of chaos over there. You might not be able to concentrate on their stream, but it's a good time. They're great people. Um, you were nearly killed with cuteness. Yes, yes. I wasn't expecting that clip. And speaking of not expecting anything, we're going to be going to. Oh, hey there, Action Act. I didn't mean to ignore you. Just rambling and just saying everything that I need to say. We're going to be going to an ad here in about 30 seconds or so. It's only going to be a minute long. It's a good time to use the restroom, get something to drink, stretch, all of that good stuff. So let me send you out on the ad. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you all for sitting through that quick little break. Let me see here. Not all. I've seen some ugly babies. When it isn't cute, you just say all a couple hundred times. Yes. But again, I don't want to be mean. I mean, it's not the baby's fault. Anyway, so that was row number. They're calling that 2 because that was the chain. They call that foundation 1 and 2. I don't like the way they number it, but anyway, the next row we're going to chain up 2, walk it back. So we're going to chain up 2 and turn, or turn and chain, however you do it. And we're going to skip the very first stitch like we have been. And then in the next 2 stitches, we're going to put in a double into each of the next 2. Again, we're just making this triangle a little wider. And then the very last stitch of that grouping gets 2 doubles. So we're forming this triangle here on the edge. All right. We're going to chain 1. Give me a second. 2 stitch, chain 1. Skip the next double. Did we do that? Yes. Okay, we're going to chain 1. We're going to skip all of this here. And we're going to go to this inverted triangle here. And in this first stitch, I think this is where the video messed up. And he was doing something different. So we've chained 1. And in our next double here, we're not going to the lacy part. We're going to go to the solid part. And that first stitch right here, we'll get 2 doubles. And then, what's this? 1, 2, 3, 4. The next 5 each get 1 double. So 1, and then 1 in the next, 1 in the next, 1 in the next, and 1 in the very next. And you get down here to this last one. This last one gets 2 doubles. Again, we're forming that triangle. We're going to chain 1. We're going to skip this, and in the next double, so skip all of this lacy business, and then the next one gets 2. The next 5 each get 1. So there's 1. That's the second one. The third, the fourth, and the fifth. This last double here gets 2. 1 and 2. Chain 1. Skip all of this lacy open stuff. The next double gets 2 doubles. And doing those 2 doubles there are forming the edges of these trees, these tree shapes. And then in the next 3 stitches, each get a double. And then the turning chain counts as the 3rd stitch. All right, to recap that row, we have chain 2, that's our turning chain, that counts as a double. The next stitch gets a double. The next stitch gets a double, and the following one gets 2 doubles. Chain 1, skip all of this, and then in the next stitch gets 2. The next 5 each get 1, and then this last stitch of that inverted triangle gets 2 doubles. Again, chain 1, skip all of this, and repeat the pattern. You're just making that wider. So you pretty much right now have got the first row of trees. If you want, you can just do that. That would be like a strip of something, maybe a headband. I would maybe add a couple extra rounds of singles or something as a headband, possibly. But we're going to continue with the pattern. So row 4, we're going to chain 1 and turn. Yes, chain 1. And let me see what this says here real quick. Double check this. Yes. So in that, they would make a pretty scarf and a person to make a hat. Yes. Yes. This would be great as a scarf. I mean, actually, this width. My sample here is about 9 inches. That would be a good width of for a scarf. And you can do it in whatever color you want, and it's not specifically Christmas, it's wintry. It's an evergreen. Alright, so in that very first stitch, the same stitch that the turning chain's coming out of, we're going to put in a single. And what we're doing right here, we're going to form one of these trees, one of these open little trees. It's going to be here. So if you notice here, these trees are offset. So a tree will sit on top of this inverted triangle. Alright, so we did our chain 1, and then in that same stitch where that's coming out of, we do a single crochet. We're going to chain 4 now. Remember, the lengths of chains are our branches. Let's chain 4. We're going to skip all of this. And into this space here, where that chain 1 is, into that space, we're going to put in 3 doubles. 1, 2, and 3. So kind of what we did here when we first started, we put 3 double crochets into the chain here that form the base of the triangle. This would be the base of another triangle that will be up here. We're now going to chain 4. And skip, okay. Chain 4. We're now going to skip 4 double crochets. So we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4. And it should be there. Let me just see if it's the middle one. We want the middle of this triangle. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Yes. So in that middle one, we're going to do a single crochet. Then chain 4. 2, 3, 4. And into this space, we'll put 3 doubles. 1, 2, and 3. And then chain 4. And we find the 5th one in this group. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there's the 5th one. That gets a single. That single is the base of the trunk of our tree that we're going to be making. Chain 4. And then in the space gets 3 doubles. 1, 2, and 3. Now chain 4. And we're going to skip the first 4 stitches. And let me double check to make certain. Yes, yes, yes. So skip. And then in the turning chain, we're going to do a single crochet. So to recap for that row, we chained 1 and turn, or you turn and chain 1, whatever works for you. Into that same stitch, you put a single, then you chain 4 into this space, the top of this tree gets 3 doubles, chain 4, and then the 5th stitch over in this group gets a single, chain 4, and then in the space you do the 3 doubles, chain 4, and then again your 5th one over gets a single, and so on. When you get to the end here, you're still going to do your chain 4, and your very last stitch gets a single. And that is what they are calling row 4, which is technically probably row 5 or 6, because their numbers are off. All right, the next row we're going to chain 1 and turn, and in that single crochet there we're going to put in a single, and we're now going to, and that when I do these singles here, this is forming the trunk of this tree. So we did our single. We're now going to chain 3. And then we've got 3 stitches here. Just like we did down here, we're going to do the same thing. The first stitch gets 2. The next stitch gets 1. And this next stitch gets 2. Okay. Now we're going to chain 3. And we're going to single into our single. And then chain 3 and do the same thing. We got our 3 stitches, our little triangle. We need to make the triangle bigger, so the first stitch gets 2. So we're increasing on the edges of the triangle. The middle one gets 1, and this last one gets 2. So we go from 3 stitches in this triangle to 5. So the first row had 3, the next one had 5, except that last stitch, yeah, it was forming weird. Now I'm going to chain 3. Hopefully I have not confused everybody with this. If I'm going too fast, again, let me know. Chain 3, single into the single, and then we're going to chain 3 again. And then we have our little 3. You have to go to sleep. All right, thank you for popping in, Action Act. I will see you next time. Have a good sleep. So we have our 3 stitches here, our 3 little groupings. The first one gets 2, and these are doubles. Anytime we're making these inverted triangles are doubles. The middle one is 1, and this last one is 2. And now we're going to chain 3. And then in our turning chain right here, we're going to do a single. So again, to recap for this row, we've chained 1, or we chain 1 and turn and chain 1. Into that stitch that's coming out of, we do a single, chain 3, and then in our little grouping, our little triangle here, the first one gets 2, the middle one gets 1, the last one gets 2. And then we chain 3, and we do a single into the single, and chain 3. And the same thing for the triangle. So the first stitch gets 2 doubles, the middle one gets 1 double, and the third one gets 2 doubles, and so on. Continue that pattern all the way across, and when you get to the end here, your very last stitch will get a single. So once you work this a few times, a few repeats, it makes sense, because you can visualize seeing how the trees are formed. All right, for this row we're going to chain 5. 2, 3, 4, 5, and turn. That counts as a double and a chain 2. Because remember when we were here, we did a double and then there was a chain 2. So that's what this counts as. It's a double and a chain 2. And then we're going to skip all of this. Our inverted triangle here, our first stitch gets 2 stitches, 2 doubles I should say. The next 3 each get a double. There's 1, there's the second, and there's the third. And this last one gets 2. 1 and 2. Now we're going to chain 2 and double. After we chain 2, we're going to double into the single from the row below. So the singles crochet that's there gets a double, chain 2, and then we're just making this solid triangle wider. So it's the same thing. First stitch gets 2, the next 3 each get 1, and the last one gets 2. You're just working with triangles with this. Chain 2, double into the single from the row below, chain 2, and again make your triangle wider, and then the next 3 each get 1, 2, and 3. And this last one gets 1. I mean, it gets 2, not 1. When you get to the end here, let me just double check this here. We are going to chain 2. Yeah, we'll chain 2, and then in our very last stitch, we're going to do a double. Again, to recap, we chained 5. That counts as a double crochet plus 2 extra chains. Then this series of stitches, we're just increasing the width of our triangle. So 2 on the first stitch, each of the inside ones get 1, and the last stitch gets 2. Chain 2, double into the single, chain 2, and repeat that all the way down. And when you get to the end here, you're going to chain 2, double into your very last stitch. I think there's only 2 more rows. This row we're going to chain up 3 and turn. Or again, if you turn first, there's nothing wrong with that. That counts as a double crochet. And we're going to go right into making our inverted triangle wider. So our first double gets 2. All the rest get 1, except for the very last one will get 2. So the increases, again, go on the edge of the triangle. Hopefully this is clear if anybody is trying to stitch along. I'm going to chain 1, skip all of this mess, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to make this next row wider. So the first one gets 2. You have to go, get ready for work. Did you say you leave this video up? Yes, the VOD will be up. Also, another thing is, Twitch only leaves it up for about a week, I think. It will be uploaded on my YouTube, but the original video is in the Discord, in the pattern channel of my Discord. So if you want to refer back to it, again, he does make a mistake, because I was watching carefully, and the way he was doing it, his little tree would be like off, like, actually it was the triangle part. It would be offset. So I think what he was saying, what he was doing were not the same. But yes, this stream will be uploaded to my YouTube channel, so you can catch it there. Plus the original video is in my Discord. If you're affiliate, oh yeah. Okay, yeah, then it's 2 weeks. Yeah, I'm affiliate. You'll do that, and you'll check mine. Okay. So yeah, you have options to get this, and also if you need if you want this pattern and you can't find it, reach out to me either here or through the Discord, and I can hook you up with that. All right. You have a good night, Linda, or a good day at work, or wherever you are. So we've increased our little triangle. We've made it wider. We're going to chain one, and then we're going to skip all of this mess, and then, again, increase the triangle. This row is oh, I was doing a triple there. We don't want a triple. This row is mainly increasing the width of our inverted triangle. Now, again, you can see this stitch is lacy and open, so keep that in mind. It's not a dense stitch. Oh, there's where I joined my yarn. That's all right. When you get to the end here, I got to remember where we were. Chain one. I got to double check this. So we did that. When you get to the end, they're saying don't chain one, and just do a double crochet in the third chain of the turning 5. There's 5 stitches here, so 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so you don't have to worry about chaining 1 there according to their pattern. Just do a double into the third, and that kind of forms that. I'm not using the best yarn. It's got knots in it, and just for demonstration purposes. All right, we have one more row to go. One more row for the repeat. And you can repeat this as long as you want. You want the whole thing done in this. There's nothing stopping you. So our last row, we're going to chain 2 and turn, or turn and chain 2. That counts as a double. We're going to put a double into the first double crochet, which is the one that the turning chain is coming out of. We're going to chain 4, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to skip 4 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we should have the middle one. The middle one will get a single crochet, chain 4, and skip all of this. In our space, we do 3 doubles, 2 and 3, and this is pretty much will be the base of another repeat. So technically what I'm doing here is starting of the 3rd repeat. And with a lot of these stitches that I've taught, you can always incorporate other stitches. So if you want to do this, and you just want this to be an accent piece, like on a scarf, let's say, maybe like the bottom part of a scarf. I mean, even beforehand, you can do like maybe half doubles or whatever stitch you have, and then do this as like an accent panel, and then do it for however long, and then go back to a different stitch. So you don't have to always do the same pattern throughout the whole project. So I'm going to chain up 4, 2, 3, 4. I'm skipping 4, and then that 5th one gets a single, and then chain 4, 4, and then our top of our tree gets 3 doubles, 3, and then chain 4, skip 4, and then that 5th one do a single, and then chain 4, and then in this space here, this space will end up getting 2 doubles because you're on the edge. You're on the edge. And that row is pretty much set up for the next repeat. So that is the pine tree stitch. And you even get little half pine trees here on the edges on alternate rows. So one row in my sample, I've got 3, And then this next one we have 2, but then 2 halves. So that is the pine tree stitch. I thought it was pretty cute, pretty different. Not the normal thing that you would see. Let me move my tail out of the way. So, I really like it. It doesn't really have to be, like I said, it's not holiday, it's more winter. I even like it in the blue. When I think of trees, obviously you think of green. So that is the stitch. Alrighty. I'm going to switch gears, and I didn't even have this set up yet, but that is not the blanket we're going to end up working on. Bear with me 1 second. We need to move that there. There we go. We're going to do a Project Linus blanket, even though it's not a Saturday, but also thanks to Sue's generous donation to Project Linus. Kind of made me want to work more on this. This blanket is almost done. Oh yeah, thank you, Fairy Dust. That's what we'll do. We're going to do the Discord check. That's why I have mods, so thank you for keeping me on my toes. Let's see if there's anything in the Discord. I think I saw a few things. Oh, yes. There's stuff in the Discord. There's our llama's socks from the other day. And, oh, I gotta make this larger. Alright, this is... Why is that set? My computer always does some weird stuff. This is a hat that Fairy Dust has made. Fairy Dust, is this your own design? Or, I know you said the other night you were doing some Bag O' Day hats. I see some extended stitches here that gives that ribbing effect. Or almost a cabling-like effect. And I like the choice of colors. Like that. This striping pattern, meaning the wide stripe with 2 thin stripes above and below. And I mean this in, like, the best sense. This is giving me late 70s, early 80s vibes, like the tops of tube socks, which I think is cool, because that's, like, back when I was a kid. Like that retro, striped look to it. It's a modified Bag O' Day pattern. The other hat is original. Okay. Yeah, if you're not familiar with Bag O' Day on YouTube, I think there might be a link to her YouTube channel in the YouTuber section on my Discord. If not, we will get a link to it. Her name is Crystal. She does tutorials. She does a lot of yarn hauls, and she makes a lot of hats. She makes other stuff too. So that is a modified Bag O' Day pattern. Alright. Okay, I saw this picture the other day, and I was like, ooh. Lunarica, I think that's how you pronounce their name. They are spinning alpaca. I'm all loving this picture. I've never spun alpaca. I've only ever spun acrylic. I need to do some other fibers. Natural fibers, I should say. This is a spinning wheel. This is called a castle-style spinning wheel. It looks different than what you normally think of a spinning wheel. It's just a different configuration. This, usually, you pedal with both feet. Yes. I'm not exactly certain what brand this is. Some of them, I mean, I've watched enough videos and seen online. I'm not certain what brand it is, but there's a bunch of different brands. Ashford's one, Shocked is one, there's a whole bunch of other ones. But this style, where the wheel is like this, and At the top, oh, we can't even see it. At the top, the bobbin here, where you spin your yarn on, is at the top. That is a castle style spinning wheel, and instead of the type that the wheels, the drive wheel, the big wheels to your side, usually you're right, and then the bobbin is to your left. That is a Saxony style, but basically does the same thing. It's just preference. So they are spinning some alpaca yarn, and they said that there will be pics when they're done. I briefly glanced and I saw that there are pictures of the yarn. Here we go. This is Fairy Dust's hat, and you said this was an original pattern. This is a Fairy Dust exclusive, a Fairy Dust original. You'll be seeing this on the catwalks of Paris and Milan soon. Or, I don't know, some random no-name town. I like, okay, this detailing here, it looks like, it's not popcorning, but it looks like a cluster stitch, but it's like open and lacy. You might have to, publish your pattern. I like that stitch work. So that is a fairy. You'll see it in Bob's Fabric Barn. Okay, is that an actual fabric store? So that is Fairy Dust original hat. Like I said, I saw some yarn. That is the yarn that Lunarica has spun. That is alpaca. And they said that it is, oh, okay. Lady 1241 said it looks squishy and soft. I just know by even touching alpaca blend yarn, it is very squishy and soft. And Llama said that they were working with some alpaca and wool blend yarn. So very, very, very nice. Very nice yarn. I'm going to get good at spinning yarn. Oh, and here is something from Blue Raven. Left one is before, right one is after with glue, diamond painting, Bichon Frise. Is that how you pronounce the breed? I've seen it. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. I know Blue Raven was working on this on his stream the other day. I caught a glimpse of it. Since he is a mod, I'm going to shout him out. Check out Blue Raven. And there's probably going to be a clip coming up. That is Blue Raven. Blue Raven does it all. I know he'll probably list everything that he does. It's, you name it, he probably does it or dabbles in it. Let's see what the what Frosty Tools is saying. Greetings, noble seekers of the arts. Blue Raven, a craftsperson and minstrel of the modern age, invites thee to the realm of creation. With tools and tunes, they conquer dyslexia's dragon and weave magic in makers and crafting. On Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, witness their artistry. Saturdays are reserved for their regal repartee. Attend their special feasts throughout the annum for a bounty of culture. So, definitely check out Blue Raven. You started it Friday and finished it Sunday. Wow, that's fast. And yeah, I remember you had said that it's for your mom's Christmas present. That you said your mom probably wouldn't be able to do it, and you and your dad decided for you to do it and to give it to her. So, Very, very, very nice. If you're not familiar with what diamond painting is, it's pretty much, think of it as paint by number, but with little plastic or resin, little squares, or some of them are round, these little faceted little tiles that you stick on. There's adhesive on the backing, like on the left here. And these are all numbered or lettered or symbols in these little squares. And at the top, they have a key. It will tell you which color goes with what symbol. And then one by one, you place the little, they call them drills. Or you can actually, they have tools where you can do multiples if you need a bunch in a row of the same color. That is what diamond painting is. You can make and they actually do glitter and shine in the light. They will catch the light. So that is a piece that Blue Raven has done for a Christmas present for his mother. She will love it. It looks lifelike. And like Fairy Dust said, you want to pet it. And if you pet this, it's not going to bite you. And if it barks, you've got to possess diamond painting. All right, let's see what else. I saw there was something else in the general. You don't want to see that. This is Clay Miko, and I don't know where this is from. I am not certain, but this looks like some Christmas yarn bombing. Yeah, this looks like some Christmas yarn bombing going on. And if you're not familiar with what you... Oh, hi, hey there, Noodle Girl. Sorry, I didn't see you. I'm just... we're doing some Discord shares. If you're not familiar with what yarn bombing is, basically crochet or knit or any type of yarn fiber art that is done out in the public. So you'll see it like wrapped around trees or on fences, and just to add some joy and some cheer to everybody. And I'm assuming this is part of a display because there's a little sign here and it's all lit up. So maybe they went to see Christmas lights or something. No, the other week they went to the Festival of Trees, but this isn't the Festival of Trees. This is something else. I'll have to ask her. So that is some yarn bombing. Oh, look at this. Is it? Yeah, more yarn bombing, and it looks like it's... I can't read what that says. I don't know if there's people's names. And then there's like tinsel that's wrapped around a ball to look like a ball of yarn. And some big jumbo... It actually might be tinsel yarn itself. And some jumbo knitting needles. Okay. There, we've got a snowman. So it's basically sharing your fiber art in public. So it's like public art, but tactile. That type of thing. So that is that. Oh. And, oh, we can't see it. We can't see it. I gotta resize the thing. She posted this in the memes channel. We're gonna, at some point, maybe in the new year, we're gonna bring back the segment Meme of the Stream. We had this segment going on last spring, where we do a yarn or fiber related meme. So she posted this one. Absolute game changer, using your Crocs with a wooden dowel to hold your skein of yarn. All I say is no comment. What the hell, it's my stream. I don't like Crocs. If you like Crocs, that's fine. I'm not a Croc fan. So, I mean, it practical, it would work. That is a way to use the yarn without it getting all tangled. And I think that is it. If anybody else has posted anything else, I think everything else was in the memes. Yeah, she already posted that. Yeah, I posted the pattern. Thanks, everybody, for sharing in the Discord. Oh, and Blue Raven says, I do card making, gift cards, gift tags, gift boxes, crochet, latch up, cross stitch, cooking, songwriting, writing a book, play the keyboard, recently given up the guitar, Graffiti, attempt to draw matchstick models, etc. Oh, no, you're welcome. You're more than welcome. I mean, if you stream, want to give visibility to everybody, so definitely check out Blue Raven. Just a curious brain cell says, Crocs are okay, but I don't understand why so many people love them. Yeah, I get that they're comfortable. I've never worn a pair, but I can understand how they're comfortable. But I think they're ugly. Never, ever been a fan. Alrighty here. So, I am working on... That is not the correct title of this. That is not the correct title. Come on. Why can't I move this? Okay. That is not what I wanted to do. Bear with me, everybody. Bear with me. Wait, what? The Crafty Cub is having a little bit of a technical thing. Aliens radiating diamonds. Okay, let's put that... Okay, maybe that's not it. Oh, here it is. I think that's the one that needs to move. No. Maybe that. Oh, there it is. There. I had to get all of my titles and everything the right way. Alright, so, if anybody remembers, this is a blanket that I started beginning of the fall. Let me switch over the thing. We're going to disable the pine tree stitch so it won't constantly come up. This is called the Summer Lace Cotton Blanket, actually, but it's not in a cotton. It's an acrylic. This is a free pattern on Ravelry? Ravelry, yes. If anybody wants this pattern, it is !summer lace. I'm pretty much to the end of it. I got it to the side. You can make it as big as you want. It's a square. You start in the center. And I'm just working on the border. I'm going to make a somewhat wide border on this. I ran out of the yarn I had, but Grammy ETC had this yarn that's similar thickness that would coordinate. So it's picking up the pinks that are in the original yarn. Yes, there are pinks in it. It's probably not showing up on camera. There are pinks and yellows and a little bit of blue and some mint green. So, I'm just gonna see what I can do with this. I'm gonna bring up the I didn't even have the pattern ready. Project Linus. Even though it's just the moss stitch, I think. So, corner, space, channel. Yes. Oh, I didn't even ask this now that I'm 2 hours in. What is everyone working on? I'm so sorry. I've been scatterbrained of late. In the corner, rowing, slip stitch, a baby blanket. Yay! Yay for a baby blanket. Single, chain 2, single. Thank you for the hydrate. And for the stretch. Hey there, Lumberjacks lady. took 3 or 4 more shots, but he finally started the poncho for the last time. Hopefully the final time. And look at that, Knitted Girl got first. Almost 2 hours in, and nobody redeemed first. Some excellent progress. Yay for progress. So how are you besides getting progress, Lumberjacks lady? Hey, what's up, Sue? You're gonna cause chaos again. Oh, Lord. It's either you or Llama, or Gary. I don't think Gary's here today. Doing all right. Still in recovery mode from work this weekend. Gotcha. All right. Sue has redeemed the turkey hat. Got to use those points. So, what I have to do with the turkey hat, and excuse my mess, but I have to remove my background. I'll move my lamp out of the way because I don't really need this. Because if not, my software, my green screen software, keys out the hat. So it is 7:42. I'm going to give it to 8:15. I'm not even going to set a timer. So, it's not causing chaos. I actually like this hat. You know what? I have half a mind. Well, half a mind, period. I have half a mind actually wearing this in public at some point. Yeah, that might happen. Okay. Stitching with this yarn is nice. I like this yarn. This is something that Grammy got from Hirschner's. It's called, the brand is Himalaya, and it's Everyday Kellybeck. I think it's acrylic. No. Well, yes. 87% acrylic, 13% polyester. It's really soft, but it's got these little, every now and then, it's got these little fluffy little nubs. And sometimes they'll block the stitch or where I need to go. So I kind of have to move it out of the way. In your spare time, could you make another turkey hat to put in? Yes. She is mentioning a game. Well, actually, you know what? That would be one gift that I know what's in the game. So Grammy does this game at family get-togethers and parties and that type of thing. Basically, the gist of it is there'll be a bunch of wrapped gifts already there, so nothing that anybody brings. Grammy supplies it, and there have been different variations of it, but basically, one by one, we take turns picking up a gift. We can lift it up, we can shake it, we can do whatever, we just can't open it. And then one by one, we open the gift, and when it is your turn, you can possibly steal someone else's gift, but to do that, you have to answer a trivia question correctly. So whatever gift you open up isn't really necessarily the gift that you're going to go home with. So it's that type of thing. Some funny gifts, some practical stuff. She's been doing variations of this over the past over a decade. So if you were lucky enough to come to one of Grammy's get together / party type thing, that is what is to be expected. So yes, Grammy, I can make a turkey hat and make it any size that we need. I guess I'll make it an adult size. And I have plenty of cooked turkey yarn. Guess that could be the official color. But she's got this game plan for the holiday, and I know none of the gifts. Normally I'm in on it. Not this time. I mean, if I had enough time and enough yarn, I'd make a turkey hat for everybody. I don't have that enough time to do all of that. Okay, I gotta see where the stitch goes. There we go. First time grandkids will be playing. They're 11 and 13. Think it's gonna be epic, yes. Okay. This music is supposed to be Twitch free Christmas, and this doesn't sound remotely Christmassy or holiday. Okay, you can go to the next song. Yeah, I think we're going to go and finish this round. I'm on the second side of this round. And then we're going to raid out because I am getting hungry. I haven't really eaten much today. Really, really, really hungry. And again, ignore any of the mess behind me, even though it's not too much. It's not too bad behind me. Just don't look at the floor. I still have to vacuum. There's yarn bits on the floor. But if you also craft, you all know how it is. You all got that one area where it's a disaster. Also on the floor behind me, there's like plastic totes with yarn and a bag of finished projects or halfway finished projects. And okay, you're gonna hop off almost 2 a.m. All right, I will see you again tomorrow. And tomorrow, if you tune in, we're gonna be making this pine tree ornament. This works up quick. It's puff stitches, works up super quick. So we're probably gonna make a few of these tomorrow night. And great for scraps. Great for scraps. And it's got a nice texture. It's very soft. Yep. And again, you could make a bunch of those, string them together as garland instead of just a Christmas ornament. It could be a garland. All right, you have a good evening, and I will anticipate the chaos tomorrow. Oh, excuse me. We're going to have an ad coming up here in about a minute or so. Let me get to this corner. And we will do our little send off to the ad. Great time to stretch. Get something to drink. All of that good stuff. And where is the thing? Where is my sound effect? We will be back. After these messages, we'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. Okay, this music is not Christmassy whatsoever. Oh, because there's only 21 songs. We've probably gone through them all. That's probably why. Uh-oh, no. I don't need to go into that stitch. I need to go into the space. Welcome in, Raiders. How are you? How was your stream? Let's see what this Frosty Tools is saying. Greetings, noble seekers of the yarn and pixel realms. Behold, you pronounce your username XOXO Silver, XOXO, or just Silver? I'm not certain. A crafter of wobbles and neophyte in gaming, guided by booties? From celebrating Thanksgiving to unboxing birthday wobbles, they weave tales with crochet hooks and embark on digital quests in Ori, Bastion, and Transistor. Join their courts for movie nights and merriment as they unravel both yarns and game lore. All hail Silver's cozy dominion. Welcome in. What were you working on? How are you? If you're new here, well, didn't even get the thing. I am the Crafty Cub. Silver's good. Obtuse like the angel. Okay. Welcome in. I am the Crafty Cub. Mostly crochet here on the stream. The new year we will be doing some other fiber arts. A little recap. Normally I'm not wearing this goofy hat. This was a channel point redeem. We'll get to this in a second. So ignore the hideousness over here. Don't look at the lower right hand corner. In October we did some squares. We're big fans of granny squares and other types of squares. We did a cute little applique witch, or it could be a scarecrow. And we did that one. We did a bat. Its wings actually flap. Its ears aren't connected. A cute little bat. We did a spiderweb square. These are not my patterns. I do credit where I get these patterns from. I teach these. I teach on stream. So I taught how to do all of these. We also did a Frankenstein candy pouch. You can put in a bunch of candy in here. It'd be a really good party favor if you're having a Halloween party. My idea, and I haven't done it yet, is to kind of change up the colors and make it into Bride of Frankenstein to go along with Frank. Also, in October, we did some candy corn amigurumi. I'm getting into amigurumi slowly but surely. Also, in November, we made some cute little coasters that are turkeys. They could be appliques. They could string them together, do whatever you want with them. We did a hot pad. They call this a coaster, but if I used thinner yarn, it would have been a coaster, but my version is a hot pad. Great use for scrap yarns. So you make them however you want to make them, just in time for the holiday that just passed here in the USA. Additionally, on Thursdays, we do Throwback Thursdays. I have a special guest host. She comes in. Her name is, I gotta find a picture of her real quick. Her name is Granny Karen Cakes Marino. She is an elderly lady. She is feisty, and she doesn't take lip off of anybody. So that is Granny Karen Cakes Marino. She does my Thursday streams. She does my Thursday streams. She teaches us vintage crochet patterns that when she was a young girl. This is a little doily piece that she did. This is probably from like the 30s or the 40s. She also has done filet crochet. This is not finished yet. It needs to have an edging put on it. And yes, you can do pictures like this, pixel art in crochet. So this is just double crochets and chain stitches, and you can make different images. I think this pattern's from like the 19-teens. What else do we do? Oh, normally on Saturdays, even though it's Monday, on Saturdays, we do blankets for Project Linus. That is what I'm working on at the moment. And on Sundays, we do a temperature blanket project that needs a lot of catching up to do. So what were you working on? Oh, you already answered my question. Working on a hat, your first crochet wearable. Yay! Been doing some crochet advent calendars. Ooh, nice. If you have any pictures of anything, feel free to post them. Links are open, like if you have Instagram or whatever. If not, and if you want to post anything, I do have a Discord. Exclamation Discord will get you the link for that Discord. And the Whips and Foes channel is probably the best place for anything you want to share. So welcome in. That is who I am. Like I said, in the new year, we will be doing some other fiber arts. I'm going to do some cross stitch, some embroidery. I want to get better at knitting. I'm very rusty at knitting. I want to learn how to shuttle tat. I'm going to do some fiber prep. I'm very, very much a novice when it comes to fiber prep and spinning yarn. So those are some of the things that are going to be coming up. Let's check out what is going on. Excuse me, sir, that rainbow flat. Andrew, shush. I do have a channel, Instagram. I'm way behind in posting. Yeah, I'm very, very behind on posting things on Instagram as well. Okay, do you mind if I share some of the things on your Instagram here on the my stream? All right, we're going to do a little quick share. This is from Silver. And, okay. Let's see here. Oh, we've got some cute little amigurumi vehicles and clouds. I like the clouds. I like the vehicles, too. I'm just getting into amigurumi. Oh, you can't even see this. Come on, Crafty Cub. Get it together. Get it in gear. I'm just now getting into amigurumi. Let me move this off to the side. You don't see. We don't need to see everybody's messages. It's a baby mobile for your sister. She wanted it car themed. Aw, that is cute. Very, very. Again, I have not gotten to this level of crochet. I've been crocheting for about 20 years. I just now getting into amigurumi. So these little more three-dimensional shapes I haven't gotten into as of yet. Very cute. Let's see what else we have here. Albert Einstein. That's kind of cute. Albert Einstein. You get it? Albert. Haha. Let's see. Is this a little puppy dog with a little bone and a little dish? What a hoot. Haha. Hey there, Notewood. How are you? Let's see what else we have. Is this a fox? Yeah, it's a fox reading a book. Foxanne. Okay, you know what? We're gonna get along. I love the puns, the punny names, and I don't know how old you are, and I'm not gonna ask how old you are, but you may or may not get this reference. But is it Foxanne? You don't have to put on the red. No, you don't want to hear me sing. Anyway, God. Catapernicus. We got a little kitty cat and a little fish in a little basket. 31. You don't know the song Roxanne by Sting and or the Police? That's from the 80s. 31. You probably don't. Yeah, you don't know that. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Cute little kitty cat. Oh, that's a little tail. That's a little tail. Yes, Roxanne. Yeah. We got another owl. And I like your little art, your photoshopping and the back of the little scenes you're placing them into. Cute little owl. So that is what Silver has done. Thank you very much for sharing. Oh, and I didn't even mention... Yeah, that's what it's all about. I didn't even mention the turkey in the room, besides the turkey, but the turkey in the room. Hey there, Anna. This was a project that I made the other week on stream, actually last weekend. So not this past weekend, but the weekend before, the weekend after Thanksgiving here in the U.S. This is a turkey hat. This is a free pattern from Snappy Tots, I think. Let me see if it's still available. Let me double check to see if I still have it in my commands. I might have removed it. No, I didn't. If anybody wants this pattern, exclamation point turkey hat. It's a free pattern. Exclamation turkey hat will get you the link. It can be done in all sizes from toddler to adult. So it's a basic hat, and then you make the drumsticks and the wings. The drumsticks were my favorite part. And this is a channel point redeem. One of my followers redeemed this. This only gets done once a stream, so I have to wear this for a half hour, and we've got about 5 more minutes, and yeah. What kind of reception do you get with these? I'm trying to think of a really good pun, or with these. All I know is the music has a lot of bass ting. That was a stretch. I'm trying to think of another music turkey pun. Wait, you're loving this background? This is my real background, okay? This is not a green screen. This is my real, yeah. The only time you'll see it is because of the hat will key, my software will key out my, my hat. Don't mind me, I'm just playing with my wings. Yes, I'm crazy. Silver, if you need to raid and run, I totally understand. If you need to do all those good after stream activities, all that good fun stuff, we're going to be raiding out soon because I'm getting hungry. What I am working on at the moment, no, it's not a ham radio. Wrong meat. I'm going to have to come up with some turkey music radio related puns because I'm really good at that, but I can't really think on the spot all the time. I am working on this blanket. This is called the Summer Lace. That's the right scene. That's the right scene. The Summer Lace blanket is a free pattern from Ravelry. Again, if you want this pattern,
first you gotta do the truffle shuffle. Come on, do it. Come on, do it.
thank you for the redeem. You have to work at 6 a.m. Eastern Time, but you're glad you rated in. Hope you have a good rest. Well, I'm glad that you rated in also. You know what? I need to give you a follow. I am now following you. So you have a good evening. Have a good day at work tomorrow. And I hope to catch you soon. Anybody who came in, thank you for the follow. Anybody who came on the raid, what are you working on if you're working on anything at the moment? Like I was saying, this is a blanket called the Summer Lace Blanket. And free pattern on Ravelry. Exclamation point Summer Lace will get you the pattern. It doesn't have to be done in cotton. I think they actually call it a cotton blanket. And it doesn't have to be done just for the summer. Yes, the truffle shuffle. Now, I'm going to preface something. Back in the day when that movie came out, certain people I know got me to do that. I will not be doing that on stream. That ship has sailed 30-some years ago. So, yeah, no. The closest you will get will be that clip. Looks like your stream debut date just got pushed up. Oh! You are, planning on streaming? What are you going to be streaming? We'll worry about the Christmas tree later. Today, it's all about the poultry. This is for Blue Raven. Notewood. Greetings, noble seeker. It appears the chronicles of Notewood are as empty as a dragon's hoard post-hero. Alas, no tales of valor nor records of jest grace our presence today. Should they return from their quest into the ether, we shall regale you with the summaries befitting their legend. Until such time, we await with bated breath and hopeful hearts. You like to it's just that you followed me when I don't. What? I followed you? I did? I just followed Silver. I mean, actually, that's not true. When somebody follows me, regardless if they stream or not, I usually follow them back. I usually, when I have a whole bunch of them that people have followed. You just said you did. Oh. Well, I meant Silver, and I did follow Silver. Anyway. Usually what I'll do is, if I got a whole bunch of them, I'll go through my followers list, and anybody who's following me, I'll just make certain I'm following them, if they stream or not. Actually, I think you already did. Yep, nope, that's fine. And when, if and that when you do stream, you'll have instant followers already. I'm in there. Yep, that's just something I usually do because it's all about collaboration and being supportive. And so I am working on this blanket. I'm doing the border right now, which I'm almost done this round, and I don't know if I'm going to be going for another round. I want to get this to be a decent size. I don't want it to be all border, obviously. But my chapter of Project Linus, the smallest they accept is 30 by 30 inches. So I know I'm already at 30, so it's not, I have to worry about that. I just wanted to make it a little bit bigger. And those of you who don't know what Project Linus is, it is a nonprofit here in the US and Canada that accepts handmade blankets of all different types of forms, and they will give those blankets to children from ages 0 to 18 that are in need, traumatized, severely ill, or seriously ill, homeless, etc. Wide standards? Ha ha ha. No. Yeah, that's the smallest they will accept because that's what's in need. And thank you, Blue Raven, for the. Yeah, it's not that big. Well, that's the smallest. They'll accept the much bigger ones. They'll accept larger blankets, which I'm trying. This is more of a baby style blanket, yes. But my real goal is to do some larger ones for the older children because they seem to be the ones that are forgotten, which is a shame. And speaking of Project Linus, I am raising money for Project Linus, so you can click the donate button if you want to. Would they accept 30 feet by 30 feet? Well, I mean, if you got a vehicle big enough to carry it, I'm not lugging that thing around. The temperature blanket is heavy enough. Imagine 30 feet by 30 feet. Yeah, no, I'm not doing that. If anybody wants to support Project Linus, like I said, I'm raising money. I have a goal of $100. I'm going to up that goal when I get done stream because Sue was nice enough to donate $69 towards my goal. I don't receive any of that. Neither does Twitch. Twitch does take a processing fee, a small processing fee, via PayPal, actually. So your proceeds will go to the charity. Hey there, Krusty's Customs. How are you? Can I get a shout out for Krusty? At what length is a blanket no longer a blanket but a tent? It's all about what angle and perspective you're looking at it from.